back in the studio again. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper. And without question, friends, we're going to make a happy camper out of you. It's episode 286. How you doing, Daniel?
Hey, I'm finally back.
Yes, I'm finally back.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you.
Yes, and it was a 10-day, 4-camping trip excursion.
I've never done that.
Wow, I did. And I don't know if I'm going to be doing it again anytime soon, but we're going to be talking about that today and giving you some pointers and some tips on what you can do to make your camping destinations a whole lot easier if you're not a full-time camper and, of course, you want to venture out on a 6-state visit like I did. Okay, Happy Camper Radio, episode 286. Glad to have you back, folks. We'll be talking a lot today on the program, so stick around for it. The Happy Camper Radio Show is the place to be. Anytime you want to talk camping, yes, definitely get in touch with us here. You can contact me anytime, Skip, S-K-I-P, at happycamperradio.com, or the guy across the way here.
Hey, Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
Yes, and definitely check us out on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, that's where the magic happens.
If you're listening to the audio version today, you're going to want to take a look at the YouTube version because we've got a lot of video to share. All right, and I'm going to be talking about my 6-state venture that I went on, okay? And Daniel, before I even did that, okay, I went over to the Payne Campground for the first time. That's up on Lake Allatoona.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, now, you know, folks, if you're interested in coming into the metro Atlanta area, there's some great lakes around here. You know, we've got Lake Lanier, we got Lake Allatoona. If you're coming in from South Carolina, you don't want to overlook Lake Hartwell. And I've camped up there a number of times, too. And hopefully I'm going to get back up that way before the season ends. But I passed through there on the way to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And I think about, you know, the Springfield Campground every time I pass through that area. Because it's not very far away from the border. And it's a great lake to be on if you got the right camping spot. Now, over on the Payne Campground, you know me, Daniel, I'm lakeside.
Yes, you are.
I've got to look for the perfect spot by the lake. And I did. The only problem, Daniel, you know, I get there and I was having such a great time. And, you know, no sooner do I get set up and I bring out my gear and everything is looking just picture perfect.
Oh, called the rain.
I'm telling you. It happens every single time.
Yep.
And it happened every single time all the way through my camping venture.
Well, it was raining a lot down here, too.
Yeah, well, you know, and I got back from this trip, too. And no sooner did I get back, it started raining. And it rained all week long. And here, Daniel, I'm still trying to dry things out.
Yeah. Well, it's nice today.
Well, hey, it beats tent camping. I got to say that.
Yeah.
It would have been a nightmare on this 10-day trip if I was bringing my tent along. Yeah. Because I would have everything soaking wet. But, you know, those days are long gone, and I don't have to worry about them anymore. Hey, before I get any further into the discussion, Daniel, we've got a very special event coming up on Tuesday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Sadie's Gotcha Day.
Oh, boy.
Yes, your buddy Sadie.
Puppy?
Yeah, she's here hiding under the table. I'm surprised I'm not hearing a growl in the background right now. But I adopted Sadie 8 years ago on Tuesday. Yeah.
Wow.
I picked Sadie up at the shelter, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. And, you know, she's had her ups and downs and everything. She's an older girl now, but, you know, she is still healthy. She can still run. She sees a squirrel in the backyard. You think she's a puppy out there. Okay. And that's the way I want to keep her for a very long time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and, you know, as I always say at the end of the program, folks, do like I did. Visit your local shelter and adopt a pet today. It's the best thing that will ever happen to you. You know, when I think about pets, Daniel, I think about your furry friends at home.
Oh, yeah.
You've got Fitz. You've got a number of cats over there.
Yeah, I don't have to go to a shelter. I just do my job, and the pets come to me.
That's okay. And that's okay, too, Daniel. It's better than them living out there homeless. Yeah. Right. Yeah. You know, so this coming Tuesday, I'm going to set the day aside. I'm probably going to go to the grocery store, order a nice steak for Sadie.
Oh, boy.
Cook it up for her. She is so deserving of it, yes. She is my pride and joy. She's my puppy, and she goes camping with me anywhere I go. So up there in her senior years, taking her camping, I tell you what, if you would see her out there, Daniel, You know, if I say, Sadie, we're going to go camping, the ears go up. You know, it's almost like Elvis has entered the building.
Yeah.
Okay, so she gets very, very excited about that. But anyway, going back to the Payne Campground, Daniel, I was there for a few days. You know, I booked this a long time ago.
Okay.
And I met a great couple out there, Daniel. Brett and Stevie.
Okay.
All right. They were there with their family. They had a nice fifth wheel.
Okay.
And they camp regularly
Was
at
it
this
Grand
campground.
Design?
No.
Oh.
Wasn't Grand
You allowed
Grand
to talk to
Design,
those
Daniel.
people?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you could associate
Daniel,
with
the
non-Grand
best
Design people.
Daniel, the best people in the world you're going to meet is going to be at a campground, regardless of what they're camping in.
All right.
Okay. But yeah, they were there. They were not lakeside when I first met them. I come to find out that the spot next to me by the lake was one of their favorite sites. And when that site opened up, they went ahead and moved their fifth wheel across the street by the lake.
That's funny.
And they were there until they had to move again, and they went back to their original site.
Oh, my gosh.
Hey, I'll tell you what, if it means so much to it's Daniel, it's like Site 45 for me on Bald Ridge Creek.
Oh, yeah.
You were there. You saw why I enjoy Site 45 on Bald Ridge Creek. I don't camp at Site 44 or 46. I'm at Site 45.
Yeah.
Right. It's
Too bad we couldn't have
site.
gotten one of those spots by the bay when we were down in Florida. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
But those were way taken up.
Right. Yeah. You know, it's you don't know, Daniel, until you get to a campground and you start looking around. You start venturing out.
Well, you do the whole YouTube thing. I mean, there's a YouTube video for almost every campground, so they give you the lay of the land. I knew exactly what Brunswick looked like before I even got there. So, I mean, nowadays you just watch YouTube and be like, ooh, I think that looks good.
Daniel, it gives you a sneak preview,
It does.
which is fine. All right. But there's nothing better than being there.
That's true.
Where you can actually walk onto the site and you can look at it. You can get an idea what it's like. How am I going to have any difficulty backing in?
Yeah.
You know, or maybe you have one of those pull-through sites, and they've got quite a few of them on the other side of the lake over there on Bald Ridge Creek. Right, and I just may check out one of these days, especially after I get the pontoon. I've already got a site lakeside for the pontoon.
All right.
Okay, so you know that's something
I'm
we have.
saving up my days.
Okay, and I'm saving up my pennies. But that day is going to come, and I'm really, really excited about it. But I'll tell you what, Brad and Stevie are a beautiful couple. I enjoyed being around them. I wish I could have stayed out there a little bit longer. But rain or shine, Daniel, I did have the opportunity to take a 10, 15-minute drive away to the Bass Pro Sports Shop over
Cabela's,
there in
right?
Austell. Yeah, it's a Cabela's Bass Pro combination.
Yeah, they bought each other, I think.
Right, and the neat thing is they're very pet friendly. So Sadie was in there with me, and I was able to buy some new clothing that I wanted. A
rain
few
gear?
gadgets. No, Daniel, I've got enough rain gear in my RV to accommodate me, rain or shine.
Right.
Okay, so I'm not worried about the rain gear. But, you know, even if you don't buy much of anything, just being in the Bass Pro Cabela's atmosphere is
I
just
worked at Bass Pro
fantastic.
for a little bit.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you never told me that.
Oh, yeah. It was a little bit after I got out of the Navy. I was doing the front. I would just what was it called? Loss prevention. Yeah, I did that for a few months. It was a transition period for me. I just got out of the Navy. I was trying to figure out what I was doing in my life. But yeah, I was at the one at they called it Discover Mills. It's called what is it called? Sugarloaf Mills now.
Oh, okay.
For Atlanta people.
But I'll tell you what, at the Payne campground, it was nice that when I did get to sit outside, is just to see some of the boats passing through the area.
Pontoon boats.
No, yeah, there were some pontoon boats. There were some just regular boats. And,
yeah.
In fact, the folks behind me had a pontoon boat. They were parked right up there on the shore, and it was a beautiful sight to see. You know.
So here's what I'm thinking: you take your trailer, I could tow the pontoon boat, and then we could both enjoy it.
That's true. The only problem is, though, you're going to have to tow your pop-up camper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, don't worry about that. The neat thing about it is, Daniel, we're close enough to some of these lakes where I could get that done early in the morning.
Yeah.
Get the boat up there, come back, pick up the RV. And then, like I say, Daniel, a lot of these camping trips I'm planning here on out, okay, are going to be 6 days and 5 nights. Case in point, and I think I spoke about this on the last program, I was lucky enough to secure a spot for the upcoming North Florida Grand Design Rally.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up here in November.
Ah.
Now, I'm still waiting on my phone call from the campground. I already paid for the ticket, so I already know I've got a spot.
Okay.
And there's a lot of us right now, because I'm a member of that Facebook group. We're sitting back on pins and needles waiting for our phone call from the Island Oaks RV Resort.
Okay.
Okay, and this is not too far out of Jacksonville, Florida. I think it's Glen St. Mary's, Florida.
Oh,
Okay, and it's not very far away from the Brunswick area where we went down there for the rally. But my intention is to get down there very early.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go the day before. I'm planning on going down there Sunday.
Okay.
The rally starts on Thursday.
Oh, wow.
And that means I'm going to have to get my absentee ballot, or I'm going to have to early vote.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be partying. I'm going to be in party mood and in the party atmosphere
There you
on
go.
Election Day.
All right.
So, yeah, I got to get that out of the way. But I'm looking forward to this upcoming November rally.
Cool.
All right. And hopefully the weather's going to be fine.
Maybe.
This particular week, Daniel, I'm still trying to get things dried out. And here we
pretty
go.
hot today.
Now we've got Tropical Storm Debbie that's getting ready to work its way through Florida up into Georgia. Now, we're not in the path of Tropical Storm Debbie, which may turn into a hurricane. But and I know we're going to get the after effects in the metro Atlanta area. So, yeah, we're bracing on some rain here very, very soon. But, I did get home, and I was able to dry things out briefly and get things repacked and everything. In the meantime, I did get a nice bed cover on my truck.
Okay.
I needed that very badly, and I was really pleased with the one that I got, and I was able to get that put on, and everything that's inside of the bed of my truck now stays nice and dry.
Nice.
Which I really wanted. The roll-up cover that I had on there that came with the truck, that's garbage. It's gone. It's over. Yeah, I'm done with that.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, Daniel, anyway, I went ahead and I ventured out on this 10-day excursion.
Did you go to Buc-ee's? That's all I care about.
No, I never. I didn't even, Daniel, I didn't even see Buc-ee's.
Oh, it was up 75.
No, I didn't even see Buc-ee's. But I'll tell you what I did do.
What's that?
I managed, and I think I spoke about this a long time ago on the program. I've got this app on my phone for Love's Truck Stop.
Oh, yeah, with the campgrounds.
They've got camping, overnight camping, if you want to do that at selected locations. Not very many.
Right.
All right. But, if you've got that app, you're going to save 10 cents a gallon on gas.
Nice.
And with the price of gas being like they are right now, every penny counts.
Oh, yeah.
So I've stopped, a few times at these Love's Truck Stops, and filled up when I could.
Yeah.
Now, when I got up into Pennsylvania, it was a little bit of different of a story. I mean, I just had to get gas when I needed gas.
Right.
All right. But on the way up there, I did stop at this one campground in Lexington, Virginia. It's called the Natural Bridge KOA Campground. And it's a nice campground. It's secluded off the interstate, and you don't have all that interstate noise and everything.
Good.
But, it rained and it was wet and everything. I like this campground. It's one of the campgrounds, if you're going to be traveling long distance and you're looking to pull over for a couple nights and stay, this is a great campground to do just that.
Okay.
When I got there, they had my reservation already in place.
Nice.
They got on the radio. Next thing you know, a guy come up on a golf cart, and he escorted me all the way back to my pool-in site.
Nice.
Okay? And the campsites are not spread apart like I'd like to see them. You're pretty close to your neighbor. I wasn't able to bring out my my carpet pad or my deck pad, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Because there just really wasn't enough room for it. But I didn't even bother bringing out my recliner, Daniel, because it was wet. Okay?
Yeah.
The thing I did like about this, though, when I was able to take Sadie out, we were right across the street from Camp K9.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was able to go over there and run, and of course,
nice.
Sadie, she gets real friendly with everybody. If she sees somebody walking a distance, she got a bark. Maybe she's trying to get somebody's attention. But, yeah, I mean, we were able to enjoy that for a little bit. We drove around, and we were able to look at some of the amenities that they did have there.
Okay.
And they did have some really nice rental cabins, too. And,
cool.
and some folks were there. And but when we got there, a lot of the folks were just packing up and leaving. Okay, because we started on a weekend. Okay, so when we got there, some folks were already in the process of packing up and taking off. It's a nice campground. I wouldn't mind visiting it again.
Yeah.
I did notice there was a lot of construction going on. I believe they were expanding this campground. Because I did see, a lot of bulldozers working in 2 different locations around that campground. So I didn't have an opportunity to talk with the owners or, whoever was managing, but it kind of looks like, down the road, you're going to probably have some more campsites available.
Nice.
And it's one that if you're passing through Lexington, Virginia, and you're looking for a great campground to go camping at for a couple of days, maybe even a week, consider that campground right there.
That natural bridge looked really cool. I remember us watching videos about it. It looks really cool. I wouldn't mind going up there.
Yeah, but we were able to unhitch and we all got hitched up and everything on the morning we were taking off. And I went up a different direction to Pennsylvania this time because I was meeting my family up in State College.
Okay.
All right, and that was about a 6-hour drive, considering all the stops and everything we had to make. But our plans were to go up to the Bellefonte KOA campground.
Okay.
Now, my brother had camped there before, primitive camping, and you got some videos on YouTube about that.
Okay.
And it was a great time that he had. I didn't get to actually see the primitive area he was camping at, but we chose to go camping there again because that area we have a lot of heritage. We have a lot of family memories from that area. Now, Bellefonte is a Victorian-style town.
Oh, nice.
Okay. And, we have a lot of our relatives that are buried up there.
Okay.
But we used to go up there for family reunions every single year when we were kids. Okay. So, I mean, that goes back a long way.
Yeah.
And it brings back a lot of memories when we were visiting the Bellefonte area. But, just like that, we got up there and more rain came. We did have a couple nice days, and I met another great family that was parked right next to me with a fifth wheel. Okay, Justin and his family, beautiful couple.
Okay.
I didn't get to spend much time with them.
Yeah.
But Daniel, like myself, they've got one of those big, monstrous 20-foot screens with outdoor videos.
Oh, okay.
All right, and they had a little outdoor theater going on there.
Oh, nice.
I'm going, wow.
Ha!
So
the inflatable?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So, and I know I bring a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But maybe one of these days
hey, you
we
bring
go
that
camping,
to a rally or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
We can do
have
that.
a movie night.
Yeah, I got to be very careful about the movies I bring. I can't be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't be home alone in July.
no slasher flicks. You like the horror movies.
Yeah. Well, we go to the campground. We keep it clean because all the campgrounds, like I say, are very, very family oriented. But we got up there, and one of the things I did learn from booking a KOA site, Daniel, try to book the premium site if you can.
Okay.
Where you can get on, where you have the concrete pad.
All right.
You've got a little bit more room. A lot of the sites up, that I saw up there are pretty leveled out and everything. I could have probably leveled mine a little bit better. But the thing is, I did have enough room where I was able to bring the mat outside and put up my lawn furniture and everything. But when it rained, Daniel, the water, the mud, and everything came down the hillside.
Oof.
And I'll tell you, it was a filthy mess when it was all done. I mean, I just had to fold all that up and just put it in the back of the truck, and nothing more I could do with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but we spent about 3 or 4 days up there, and I got to meet a lot of nice people. All right. But, we got our rest, and after visiting town a little bit, we came on back, and a few days later, we were back on the road again.
All right.
Now, this time, Daniel, when I left, I went straight to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And went back to the mountaintop campground where I was last year at Site 45. All right. This time, my sister and her husband came up with their RV.
Okay.
They've got a pretty nice RV.
Not a grand design.
They were
parked. I don't know.
They were parked right next to me, and I'll tell you what, they bought it used. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, used the way to go. That's how I do it.
Yeah, and This was the very first time, and I think they've had that a little less than a year.
Oh, really?
This was the very first time they were able to take it out and go camping.
Oh, cool.
They had to borrow somebody's truck because they didn't have any way to tow it up there.
Yeah.
But they did get there, and they got it all hooked up and everything.
That's good.
And we had an opportunity to spend some time. Now, we didn't get rained on that bad up there, but yeah, it was wet. Okay. But, this the mountaintop campground I really like, especially this time of the year, because it's quiet. It's really peaceful up there. You've got a great overlook of the valleys.
Oh, cool.
Right? When I was there back in November, like I told you, I had to go up there for some family business, and I brought the RV with me. The temperatures were very bitter.
Oh, yeah. You were talking about the insulating hose and stuff.
Yeah, there are some people have insulated hose. In my particular case, I had to take the hose off, take it inside the shower, and give it a nice warm bath.
Yeah.
Because the water was frozen.
Speaking of which, I saw a video the other day that says every time you leave your site, you should always turn off the water because you never know what's going to happen. I thought that was an interesting thing.
Well, the thing is, Daniel, the smart thing to do, all right, is, even though your RV has a switch on it, you can go to fill your tank, or you could switch it to city water and run your water on demand. That's not always a good thing to do.
Yeah.
All right, because a lot of these campgrounds have very high pressure.
Oh yeah, and you want to have a pressure.
You have
gauge.
to have a pressure regulator on there. But I wouldn't trust that, Daniel.
Oh really?
I wouldn't know. Anytime that I go out, I never use city water.
Okay.
I when I get to the campground, first of all, I get there with a very minimal amount of water in my potable tank. All right. And then I go ahead and fill it up when I get there. All right. And I will only go ahead and turn that water on as I need it.
Yeah.
Okay. After you're done doing dishes, after you're done flushing the toilet a number of times, after you're done taking a couple showers, it's going to be time to fill up the tank again.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's the easiest and safest way to protect your investment.
Yeah.
All right. So, I try not to ever take any chances in doing that.
Right.
All right. But yeah, we had a great time up there at the mountaintop campground. And when it was time to pack up and go, they were out of there before I did. Okay, because I was there probably about another hour just packing up and getting everything situated as I need to. And I knew I was going to have a very long drive ahead of me.
Yeah.
Now, the smart thing I did this time, all right, I did not drive straight from Atlanta to Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Taking
in numerous rest stops or welcome centers and taking naps along the way. I found it more convenient, and Daniel, I will do this from here on out.
Okay.
All right, I will go ahead and stop over for a couple days, get those batteries recharged, okay, get my energy back, take in a few of the sights and sounds of the area, take some time to visit local campers who may be in that area, making new friends and everything. I think that is so very important that everybody ought to do that anytime they go camping. Break that trip out. Don't be in such a hurry to get to your destination. I know you're very excited. I get very excited, Daniel, when I go out camping. All right, so yeah, this is a valuable lesson that I think I've learned, and I'm definitely going to do it again anytime I make that trip. Now, I'm going to be going back to Pittsburgh, believe it or not, in August of 2025.
Okay.
You know why?
I don't know.
Have I shared this with you?
I don't think so.
All right. I know I'm feeling old. But I got my 50-year class reunion coming up.
Oh, boy.
In August of 2025.
Oh, boy. How many people are going to be there?
Well, I expect there's going to be a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably be a lot of folks, and I already know the venue they're going to be going to. It's going to be the venue where my brother had his wedding reception.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going to be going there. I'm very familiar with that. And I will be making my reservations again at the Mountaintop Campground. I'll probably go up there for a week.
Have you ever been to a class reunion before?
Oh, I've been to many class reunions.
Oh, okay.
We started having them 5 years after I graduated.
Wow.
I didn't go to that one. I went to the 10, and I've gone to every one since.
You almost like each other. I haven't been to one. I don't want to go to any of them.
Well, yeah,
I didn't like my people.
You look at the folks you graduate with and realize how old you really are.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah. So anyway, when I got down to my destination on the way back to Georgia, Daniel, this time I took a different route.
Okay.
And I stopped at believe it or not, Daniel, this has got to be the ideal KOA campground. It's in Whitesville, Virginia.
Okay.
The Whitesville KOA. I knew nothing about this campground, Daniel, but I knew it was going to be halfway between Pittsburgh and Atlanta, and I wanted to stop there for a couple days. And again, like I say, just to recharge and everything. But the activities and amenities they have at the Whitesville KOA, Daniel, it makes you want to stay there for a week. They had things, Daniel, I had no idea that there were so many activities and amenities at one campground. They have a bowling alley, Daniel.
That's what I'm talking about.
A 6-lane bowling alley.
I would have been there all day, all night.
And I'll tell you what, if you would, now nobody was bowling when I went in there, Daniel.
All day.
They had neon lights. I tell you, it looked psychedelic. It looked like it was right up your alley.
That cosmic bowling, I don't like it. I like to concentrate on my bowling.
Wow.
But I would be bowling all day long.
I was more fascinated with that than anything else there. But they had a little putt-putt course there.
I love putt-putt.
Right outside the bowling alley.
Nice.
A nice arcade in there for the kids.
Nice.
All right. And when I went on the outside, Daniel, and worked my way around the building, they had bingo going on.
Of course they did.
And they had a lot of folks playing bingo.
Did they have a restaurant?
No, they didn't have a restaurant there that I saw.
At the
wait, I'll take that back. I'll take that back. They did have some food that they were providing inside the bowling alley. They probably had hot dogs and burgers and things like that. But I think that's the only eatery that they had inside the park. Now, I could be wrong.
Right.
Because I did spend a lot of time back at the campsite. And incidentally, Daniel, the campsites were fairly spread apart.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah,
that might be a campground I'll stay at.
You would definitely want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, and I'm going to be sharing videos in this particular episode of Happy Camper Radio. So it's something you may want to take a look at.
Absolutely.
And actually see what you have to look forward to. But I'll tell you, hands down, the Whitesville KOA, the hospitality there is fantastic. I walked in there and I needed a propane tank filled while I was there.
Okay.
They were able to accommodate me with that.
Nice.
Swimming pool, slides.
Nice.
Great people, great fun. It's a great campground, Daniel. And it's definitely one that I'm going to go ahead and mark on my calendar. Anytime that I'm going to be traveling between Pittsburgh and Atlanta, I'm definitely going to be staying at the Whitesville KOA campground.
Nice.
And I also am a KOA rewards member, so, I save a little bit of money there anytime I go ahead and book a KOA campground. And, right now I'm back home. And everything was fine. In fact, at the Whitesville KOA, that is the only campground in my entire excursion, Daniel, over 10 days. I didn't have rain. The only campground, yes. And it was nice. It was hot. I could live with hot better than I can rain.
Yeah.
Right. But we did get back, and we didn't see rain until we crossed the Georgia border. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Yeah. Welcome back. The RV's in the driveway. It's getting cleaned up. Right now, I don't have any plans. I haven't made any plans yet. When I do, it'll probably be local. There's still times between now and November for
you got to go to Lake Oconee. You haven't been there before.
No, I have not been done.
I don't know if it's still there. It was a long time ago. We went to a campground down there, and like the bathrooms and all these other, I think they had other places, but they were railroad cars, and it's right on the lake. So,
okay,
you should check it out. I don't know what it's called, but it's right on Lake Oconee.
There's probably a lot of state parks down there. In Lake Oconee.
I'm sure there's a
I know there's not any recreation.gov locations there because I've already scoped that out. But I don't mind state park campground. I know you're a state park guy. You've been doing that all your life and everything. But I'm sure there's probably some campgrounds on there I do need to check out.
Yeah.
I guess so. Yeah, that's going to happen. But I'll tell you what, if you love camping just like I do and you want to get out and you want to go ahead and plan a long trip like I did, this is the way to do it. All right. Don't try to drive 14 hours straight without stopping over somewhere. I stopped over on the way up. I stopped over on the way back. I had a great time. In spite of all the rain and nasty weather and everything, we did have a good visit. We did build a lot of memories. We did shoot a lot of video. And,
good.
It's something I'm definitely going to be heading, like I can say, back up that way again. But, I really hate to see a season come to an end.
Yeah.
And early November is usually the time that I will go ahead and winterize the RV. But with that particular event coming up here in North Florida, I have something to really, really look forward to.
Awesome.
And many, many campgrounds down the road. It's time now, speaking of campgrounds, Daniel. Time for our featured campground of the week. And you know where that's at, right here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Happy Camper Radio. Happy Camper Radio.
And there are very nice campgrounds, Daniel, up in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
I've
been.
Right. Have you ever been up to the Daniel Boone National Forest?
No, I don't think I have.
You probably will go that way someday. But anyway,
I've heard of it.
There's a great...
Yeah, actually, we were in that area when we went to through Kentucky, when we went to Indiana. Yeah, I did go by there.
There is a great campground up there, Daniel. It's near Moorhead, Kentucky. It's the Twin Knobs Campground. It's nestled on the shores of Cave Run Lake. This campground is part of the larger Twin Knobs recreation area. There are more than 200 sites spread out over 10 loops. Wow. There's a variety of different campsites that include paved spurs that can accommodate any size RV, picnic tables, fire rings, and grills. Some sites have electrical hookups.
All right.
Others do not. All right.
All right.
So, if you're going to go up in the summertime, you're definitely going to have hookups out there. I don't want to say full hookups because they don't. You're going to have to go ahead and dump your wastewater. But, I tell you what, if you want to definitely go in the summertime, you want to have air conditioning in your RV. So look for 30 or 50 amp hookups. But, you'll find all that information out by visiting their website there. Check it out. They got a lot of great amenities up there, activities. By all means, check out the nearby recreation attractions in that area. Also, the need to know before you go at the very bottom of the page. Don't overlook those. Don't be surprised by anything that you didn't know before you went ahead and made that reservation. This is a bear aware area, so food storage is required. You're going to be up in the state of Kentucky. Yeah, you're going to have bears, just like up in Tennessee or up in the North Georgia mountains. Yeah, they're going to be around. And if you're out there cooking bacon in the morning, or sausage and everything, they can smell that 10 miles away. So, and definitely keep your pets on a leash, and they cannot be left unattended. Clean up after your pets, common sense things. But, this is a great campground, Daniel. If you happen to be up in the state of Tennessee, check it out. I'm going to have a link to it all week long on happycamperradio.com. It's the Twin Knobs Campground near Moorhead, Kentucky. Ooh. It is our featured campground of the week, Daniel, and that is right here on the Happy Camper Radio Show.
Skip and Daniel.
Yes, sir.
HappyCamperRadio.com.
And if you have a campground you'd like for us to feature on the program here, get in touch with me, Skip, S-K-I-P, at happycamperradio.com, or the guy sitting right here in front of me.
Hey, it's Daniel at happycamperradio.com.
And by all means, be sure to include a link to the campground website. And Daniel, that's going to wrap up today's edition of Happy Camper Radio, and I'm so glad to be back in the studio again. And we'll be back here again real soon. I don't have another 10-day trip planned anytime soon.
That's good.
I still have some rest I got to catch up on.
All right.
Remember, friends, every pet deserves a loving home. Do exactly as I did. Visit your local shelter and adopt a pet today. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. We're on the web 24/7 at www.happycamperradio.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on X, and by all means, check us out on our YouTube channel where you can see this show. The Happy Camper Radio Show is a presentation of Skip Huber Productions. I'm Skip. I am a happy camper. Daniel's a happy camper.
Hey.
Didn't even get Sadie upset today.
Hey, Sadie made her first
We're going to
appearance, I
make
think.
you a happy campers too. Bye-bye, everybody. Talk to you again real soon.
Happy Camper Radio.